Hi guys, Shelly here, Shelly Quilts. I found a video I made last January and never posted on how to stitch a quilt label using the fusible as a way to turn it to the edge. We just created these quilt labels in a video 1, 2, 3, and 4 on how to work in the software. So I was glad to find this older video and show you then the actual stitch out. So here we go. I start by using a fusible product, and you put it with the fusible side, the iron-on shiny side down. This is OESD fusible polymesh. So I'm going to put it down, face down on the embroidery, and then it will stitch in a circle. And after it's done, I'll cut it out. We'll turn it inside out. It'll be ready to go. So here we go. Let's stitch it down with the line that we digitized at the end. From looking at this, I think I used a triple stitch, which is always nice. In the videos that I showed you how to do this, I did not use a triple stitch. But a triple stitch is a good choice versus the single stitch. So now, once it's done, we'll pop it out of the hoop. And then we'll cut about 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the label, and then trim up to but not through that stitching so that it will turn nicely. Once it's all trimmed and all of those little, they're a little more than 1/4 inch apart, you'll pull the fusible away from the label, make a snip, and cut it a little bit larger so that you can turn through that hole and get it turned. And once you do, then that fusible is now on the outside, and so that is ready to go. The edges need crisped up, so take something sharp and run it against that stitching. That's a purple thing. I love that purple thing, but you could use anything. Now that fusible's on the outside, and I'm ready to hand stitch. I do want to crisp up these edges, so since it's fusible, I've taken a non-stick pressing mat with the fusible side down. It won't stick to anything, and I'm really going to work on ironing those edges so that they look nice. And I want those to be very, very crisp and perfect for when I hand sew it down. Here are the crisp edges you can see. Another choice, which I did here, is to cut away most of that fusible, so I just don't have as many layers in my quilt label. And so that makes it so that I can just kind of window. So now I have a sticky edge, but not that much volume on the quilt, and so that label won't be as stiff. So now let's put the label on the back of the quilt. We've got the fusible, and it's ready to be ironed on. So I like to use a pressing cloth, and I'll stick that over the top. It's silk organza pressing cloth. You can get them anywhere. And then just add heat and probably some steam. Hold it for quite a while. Check the edges. If they're not quite down, then hit it with the iron again. So that's all there is to applying a label. It's ready to hand sew now. This is Shelly at Shelly Quilts. You can find me at www.sewshellyquilts.com. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Remember to look for, there are 4 videos on how to create a quilt label in Bernina version 8 software. So look for those videos. But if you were just making a label or anything and attaching it, this is how you would do it. Bye.